different things, whether it's lab as a service, demo equipment, really recreating your pre-production environment that will help de-risk your production deployments. Quali is also the company that's powering Cisco's DevNet in the sandbox.
Now, you may have answered this question already, but what are the products that are offered by Quali?
So primarily the product that we sell is called as Cloud Shell, and it manifests itself as a cloud sandbox for these different use cases that I talked about earlier.
Okay. Can you talk about what your unique selling proposition is?
Well, the main thing that resonates with a lot of our customers is how we're in a position to really compress the dev test, DevOps life cycle and add value to the business side of things. So we've almost 150 marquee customers today leveraging the concept of these cloud sandboxes, including, in addition to Cisco, we have Amazon, Google, Microsoft, as well as several other companies in the healthcare, federal defense space, financial services. So this is a theme that constantly resonates with them with the use cases they deploy.
Okay, so with so many companies focusing on DevOps, why should a customer choose Quali?
On one hand, we have a quality product that's been out there. This is an emerging space that's continuing to evolve, and we have a lot of customers who have really been at the bleeding edge as well as the leading edge, the way you look at it, and they've found success in it for their businesses. So we think this is something a lot of the mainstream enterprises can also adopt as well as bring into their environments. So today, as we see these inflection points of digitization, of hybrid clouds, SDN, they're all moving in from one architecture to another. Look at application modernization. So Quali really sits in very elegantly in terms of the staging aspects of things, the dev test aspect of things, where you recreate these production environments as personal on-demand replicas. And so you de-risk when you go into production deployments. And the architecture is also very elegant, where you can model a very disparate set of physical, virtual, logical connections, the whole application stack, if you will, and be able to orchestrate it, create blueprints out of it, and so it's really resource optimization, cost savings.
Okay. So what is the most common use cases for your product?
We've had a lot of success in people really carving out slices of their pre-production environments, taking their lab infrastructure, which needed to be configured every time physically. So Quali allows them to use the same infrastructure, carve out slices of it as sandboxes, and helps people become a lot more productive as a result. So that's been a huge use case. In addition to that, it's also having increased relevance in the BizOps kind of deployments. We have had partners come in who look to bring in demos, proof of concepts, recreating customer issues in a sandbox environment that allows them to, provide fixes quickly. So the use cases are fairly wide, and depending on the vertical as well as the kind of inflection point the customer is going through, it becomes much more impactful.
Okay. What do you think the future is of DevOps and BizOps, and what measures are you taking to keep up with it?
Well, it's an emerging area and there's a lot of interest in it. We have a number of people wanting to get themselves educated in this space. But at the same time, there are a lot of people who are already doing what today is construed as DevOps. If you look at Cisco's own trade show environment here at Cisco Live, we've had DevNet be such a huge area today, coming from almost being non-existent 2 years ago. And so that's the trend we see across the industry, where organizations of all sizes are looking at DevOps as a means to really have a faster time to market and get that competitive edge, get more metrics in terms of how can they optimize their development life cycle. So it's not just a point offering, it's how do you impact that entire life cycle and how can you optimize it.
what strategies are you using to get new customers for your products and services?
Well, the Quali sales team has been phenomenal. They've gotten a lot of marquee logos. I'm actually in my week 2 at this company, so I just joined. This is my second week here. One of the things that attracted me was the kind of customers that we have, and that's very hard for a startup, any startup to do. Quali's done it. So we, in addition to the sales team, we also have a very healthy channel strategy, and the channel partners that I've talked to initially are extremely excited about our offerings, but also have a trust-based relationship, which has happened because of the engagements that we've had with them, the joint engagements we've had with our customers. And the intent is to expand on the channel strategy. The intent is to bring in more system integrators with the domain expertise that can work with us to tailor solutions for different verticals as well as different horizontals. So I'm pretty excited to help explore that. The other thing which is really exciting for me personally is we're on the verge of going down the path of a community-based approach where we can engage with developers, where we can engage with people who are working on open source and bring them into the fold, have them contribute to the product. So everybody has a vested interest in terms of how they want to shape the product's destiny, if you will. Right? So these are all the things that we have up in the air, and I think the next year or two are going to be extremely exciting, not just for us, but for our customers and partners as well.
Can you talk about any new features or product updates that are coming out in the short term?
Sure. Quali is a very versatile product with its cloud shell, the cloud sandboxes. In a way, the sandboxes are extremely malleable. It's not a one-size-fits-all. So it can be tailored to what the customer wants it to be. And in that sense, we are looking to piggyback on some of these major inflection points that we see in the industry. In addition to some of the use cases I talked about, we're seeing very increased relevance of this whole DevOps movement, the dev test, in terms of moving to hybrid cloud deployments, in terms of cybersecurity, where you want to test out your environment for different threats that could be infringing upon your architecture. So the potential is literally limitless in that sense. And for us, in addition to the community aspects that I talked about, we're looking at standardizing what we call the shells, open sourcing aspects of it, going down the path of AWS, Azure, for customers that want to have these hybrid deployments, as well as on-prem offerings that we have today. We'll also be packaging it more creatively to address some of the different use cases.
Okay, last question. Where can our users go to find out more about Quali?
Well, the best resource would be the website, which has been newly refreshed. It's quali.com. Some of our earlier customers know us as qualisystems.com. It redirects to the existing website. So either way, however you find us, the website's probably the best resource. We're also very active on social media as well. LinkedIn, Twitter, Facebook, you name it. But I would encourage your viewers to come and visit us, engage with us at quali.com.
Okay, Shashi, Kiran from Quali, thank you very much for your time.
Thank you.
All right.